Most gardeners make their biggest mistake with cucumbers during the first few days after planting, and they make it because they are trying too hard to help. I have done it myself more than once. You put a healthy cucumber seedling into the ground, then the next afternoon the leaves look soft, the plant seems smaller than it did yesterday, and suddenly you are carrying another bucket of water, looking for fertilizer, or loosening the soil because you think something must be wrong. But that little cucumber may not need more help at all. It may simply need you to leave it alone. After transplanting, the roots have to settle into completely new soil, and for a short time they do not work the way they did in the seedling pot. The plant is dealing with new moisture, new temperature, new light, and sometimes a cold night, all at once. I learned this lesson many years ago from an older greenhouse grower who looked at my wilted cucumbers and told me something very simple. Let the roots wake up first. At the time, I thought he was being too relaxed, but I stopped watering every few hours and stopped feeding plants that had only just been planted, and the difference was clear. The cucumbers became steadier instead of weaker. That is what I want to show you in this video. We are going through the first 7 days one day at a time, because each day has a different job. The first 2 days are not about making the cucumber grow faster. They are about protecting it from cold, excessive moisture, heat, and unnecessary disturbance. Then we will look at what the leaves and growing tip tell us on days 3 and 4, and later I will show you the simple 5-centimeter soil check that tells me whether a cucumber actually needs water. Most people look at the dry surface and water immediately, but that can be exactly the wrong decision. And before this first week is over, I will show you the quiet signs that tell you the plant has finally rooted and is ready to begin real growth. The first 2 days after planting are where I learned to do less instead of more. I used to walk into the greenhouse in the morning, see a cucumber with soft leaves, and immediately think the soil must be dry. Then I would add water. A few hours later, I would check again, and if the plant still looked tired, I would start thinking about fertilizer or some kind of treatment. Looking back, I was often making the same mistake many gardeners make. I was judging the plant by how it looked for a few hours instead of giving it time to recover. After transplanting, the root has been disturbed, and it has not yet settled into the new soil. The plant is not drinking water in the same way it did before planting. So if the ground was properly watered when you planted it, adding more water simply because the leaves look soft can create a cold and overly wet root zone. The old method I was taught was very simple. Plant it, water it properly, then step away from it for a little while. That sounds almost too easy today because we are surrounded by products, feeding schedules, root stimulators, sprays, and instructions telling us that every problem needs an immediate solution. But a cucumber does not know any of that. During those first 2 days, it needs stable conditions more than it needs another product. I pay particular attention to the air inside a greenhouse because this is where gardeners can create a second problem while trying to solve the first one. On a warm, sunny afternoon, the greenhouse can become extremely hot, and a cucumber may wilt even though the soil has enough moisture. That does not automatically mean you should reach for the watering can. Open the greenhouse and let fresh air move through it. In those first days, ventilation can matter more than another watering. I learned that the hard way after seeing plants that had plenty of moisture but still looked unhappy because the air was hot and stale. Then there is the other side of the day, the night. A cold night can put a great deal of stress on a freshly transplanted cucumber. If temperatures are expected to drop, I use covering material such as spunbond inside the greenhouse to give the young plants a little protection. It costs very little, and unlike another bottle of fertilizer, it does not ask the roots to do anything they are not ready to do. The interesting part is that even after a cold night or a hot afternoon, the plant may still recover perfectly well. The real question is not whether the leaves looked perfect at noon. The real question is what the plant looks like the next morning, and that is where the next part of this week becomes much more important. By the third and fourth day, this is where I start paying less attention to the clock and more attention to the cucumber itself, because by now the plant is beginning to tell me whether it is settling in or whether something underneath is still bothering it. This is also the point where many gardeners lose patience. They walk into the greenhouse and see almost the same little plant they saw 2 days earlier, and they think nothing is happening. I understand that feeling because I used to think the same way. But one thing an old grower told me years ago changed how I look at young cucumbers. He said that during the first week you should not measure the plant by how much it grows above the soil. You should watch how calmly it survives the day. That is a very different way of looking at it. The cucumber may spend these days rebuilding its roots and settling into the new ground, while the leaves and stem appear almost unchanged. So if you do not see a new leaf on day 3, that alone is not a reason to feed it or dig around the roots. Sometimes the best sign is simply that the top of the plant is still alive and green. I especially look at the youngest leaves and the growing point in the center. If they are firm enough in the morning and the color still looks normal, I become much less worried. A little softness around midday can happen when the greenhouse gets warm, and even a healthy cucumber can let its leaves hang slightly during the hottest part of the day. What matters is what happens later. If the plant begins recovering toward evening, that is a much better sign than how it looked at noon. The warning signs are different. If the cucumber is still wilted early in the morning when the air is cool, if several leaves are turning pale or yellow at the same time, or if the growing tip begins to look weak and starts dying back, then I stop assuming it is ordinary transplant stress. At that point, I check 3 things before I do anything else. I check the temperature of the soil, I check how wet the soil actually is, and I check the air inside the greenhouse. Those 3 simple checks can tell you much more than a shelf full of fertilizers. And there is one old habit that costs nothing and saves a surprising number of cucumbers. I put my finger into the soil about 5 centimeters down instead of judging moisture by the dusty surface. If it still feels cool and moist at that depth, I leave the plant alone. If it is genuinely dry there, then I give the cucumber a moderate amount of water, around 1 to 1.5 liters under the plant, without turning the planting area into mud. I also keep the water away from the stem itself, and I never loosen the soil aggressively around the base, because those young cucumber roots spread close to the surface and a careless tool can damage exactly what the plant has been working so hard to rebuild. Most gardeners think they are helping the roots by loosening the ground. But during this short period, that simple action can set the plant back again, and the next morning, you may finally see why doing less was the better choice. By the 5th day, I usually stop asking whether the cucumber has grown and start asking a better question. Has it started to belong to the new soil? That small change in thinking makes the first week much easier. A cucumber does not have to become noticeably larger every day to be doing well. What I want to see now is a living, growing tip, leaves that still have their normal color, a stem that stands more confidently, and most importantly, a plant that looks better in the morning than it did during the hottest part of the previous day. These are the quiet signs that the roots are beginning to settle. I remember one season when I had several young cucumbers that seemed almost frozen in place for nearly a week. I was ready to replace them, but an older gardener told me to wait. He looked at the tops, felt the soil, and said the plants were still alive and simply waiting for warmer ground. He was right. A few days later, the new leaves began to appear, and from that point the plants started moving much faster. This is why I do not begin feeding simply because 7 days are approaching. If I put plenty of compost or ash into the planting hole, I already know the plant has something available, and adding more fertilizer before active growth begins can be unnecessary. I would rather wait until the 2nd week and watch for genuine growth first. There is another detail that matters here, especially in a greenhouse. A cucumber can have moist soil and still struggle if the ground itself is too cold. When the soil is cold, the roots do not work normally, and the plant can sit there looking almost unchanged even though you are watering correctly. So, before blaming the seedling, check the conditions around it. Keep the nights protected when needed. let the greenhouse breathe during hot days, and avoid turning the root area into a wet, heavy mess. By the 7th day, I want the cucumber to look stable rather than spectacular. If the top is alive, the stem is standing, the leaves have a normal color, and the plant recovers after daytime heat, I consider that a good sign. Even a little midday wilting can still be perfectly acceptable if the plant recovers later. But if the top is dying, the leaves keep fading, or the plant remains wilted from morning onward, then I know I need to look deeper. And that final check can tell me whether I have a cucumber that is simply growing slowly or one that is actually asking for help. By the 5th, 6th, and 7th day, I am looking for one thing above all else, and that is evidence that the cucumber is beginning to work on its own again. This is the part where I used to make another mistake. If the plant had not produced a new leaf by the end of the week, I would assume something was wrong and start changing things. More water, more food, more attention. But now I know that a calendar cannot tell me whether a cucumber has rooted. The plant tells me. I look first at the top. If the growing point is alive and the newest leaves have a normal green color, that gives me confidence. Then I look at the stem. It should begin to stand more firmly instead of looking completely tired and loose. I also look at the plant early in the morning, because that is one of the best times to judge it. If the cucumber looks reasonably fresh in the morning and only becomes a little soft during strong afternoon heat, I do not panic. That daily recovery tells me something important. The plant is handling the stress and gradually getting stronger. But if I walk into the greenhouse early and the leaves are still hanging badly, that is different. If the leaves are becoming pale or yellow in large numbers, or if the growing point itself is dying, I know it is time to stop guessing. I check the soil temperature, the moisture below the surface, and the air conditions in the greenhouse. This simple 3-point check has saved me from many unnecessary treatments. There is another old habit I want you to remember here. Do not judge moisture by the first dry layer you see. Push your finger into the soil about 5 centimeters deep. If the soil is still moist there, I leave the plant alone. If it is dry, then I water moderately, around 1 to 1.5 liters under the plant, depending on the conditions, and I make sure I am not creating a muddy pool around the stem. The goal is not to keep the ground wet every minute. The goal is to keep the root area stable. And if you have been thinking about feeding because a full week has almost passed, wait. The first week is still about recovery. If you already placed compost or ash in the planting hole, there is even less reason to rush. Strong feeding while the roots are still recovering can create another problem instead of solving one. I would rather see a cucumber begin active new growth before I give it anything extra. That is the point when the plant has crossed the line from surviving the transplant to actually using the new soil. And there is one final mistake that can undo all of this progress just when the cucumber is finally ready to move forward. By the 6th and 7th day, the cucumber usually tells you much more than its size ever could, and this is where I want you to slow down and really look at the plant before you decide that it needs something. Many gardeners still expect a young cucumber to look bigger every morning, but that is not how I judge a plant during its first week. Some of the best cucumbers I have grown looked almost unchanged for 4 or 5 days and then suddenly began growing once the roots had settled. What I watch instead is the way the plant behaves from morning to evening. If I walk into the greenhouse early and the leaves look reasonably fresh, the growing tip is alive and green, and the stem is standing more firmly, I already know that things are moving in the right direction. If the leaves soften during the hottest part of the afternoon but recover later, I do not treat that as a crisis. That recovery is important. It tells me the plant is beginning to manage water again instead of simply reacting to the shock of being moved. I remember standing beside an older gardener one hot afternoon while 2 cucumber plants looked almost identical. Both had leaves hanging slightly from the heat. He did not reach for water. He simply waited until evening. One plant recovered and stood up again, while the other stayed dull and weak. He told me that evening would reveal more than the hottest hour of the day ever could, and I have remembered that ever since. So, on these final days, I check the plant in the morning and again toward evening, but I do not keep touching it or moving the stem. There is no need to lift the leaves every hour or press the soil around the base. The roots are still close to the surface, and unnecessary disturbance can do more harm than good. I also resist one of the strongest temptations in the garden, feeding a cucumber just because it has been in the ground for a week. If the plant is alive but slow, I first think about temperature and moisture rather than fertilizer. Cold soil can make a cucumber appear hungry when the real problem is that the roots are simply not working normally yet. I have seen gardeners spend money on stronger and stronger fertilizers, while the real solution was nothing more complicated than warmer nights and stable soil conditions. If you planted with compost or ash already in the hole, there is even less reason to rush. I wait for real active growth, such as a fresh new leaf and a stronger growing point, before thinking about feeding. This is one of those old gardening lessons that costs nothing. Give the roots time before you ask them to take on more. By the end of the 7th day, if the cucumber is alive, the top is green, the stem is becoming stable, and the plant can recover after daytime heat, I consider the first week a success. It may not look impressive yet, but the foundation is there, and what happens next depends on whether you can resist the urge to interfere just when the cucumber is finally ready to start growing. So, when you reach the end of that first week, I want you to remember something that has saved me a lot of unnecessary work over the years. A cucumber does not need to look perfect every day to be healthy. It does not need to produce a new leaf every morning, and it certainly does not need a new treatment every time its leaves become soft during a hot afternoon. The first 7 days after transplanting are mostly about giving the plant a chance to recover without creating new problems. If the soil was properly watered when you planted, leave it alone during the first couple of days and concentrate on temperature and air movement instead. Protect it from cold nights when necessary, and open the greenhouse when the heat builds up during the day. On the 3rd and 4th days, look at the plant itself rather than the dry surface of the soil. A living, growing tip and healthy young leaves are much more useful signs than whether the top layer looks dusty. If you need to check moisture, go down about 5 centimeters with your finger. If the soil is still moist there, do not water. If it is genuinely dry, give the plant a moderate amount, around 1 to 1.5 liters, and then leave it to work. Do not turn the root area into mud just because you are worried. And please remember, the roots are still shallow and vulnerable, so aggressive loosening around the stem is one of those jobs that feels useful but can quietly set the plant back. By the 5th through 7th day, look for the signs of recovery. A living top, normal leaf color, a stronger stem, and a good morning appearance are all encouraging. A little wilting during strong daytime heat can still be normal when the plant recovers afterward. If the plant remains wilted even in the morning, the leaves are becoming pale or yellow, or the growing point is dying, then check the 3 things that matter most: the soil temperature, the soil moisture, and the air conditions around the plant. And do not forget the temperature of the ground. A cucumber can remain alive and look almost unchanged simply because the soil is too cold for the roots to work properly. In that situation, fertilizer is not the answer. Warmth and stable conditions are what the plant needs first. This is why I like the old approach. It is simple, it costs almost nothing, and it removes a lot of worry from gardening. You are not trying to force the cucumber to grow. You are giving it the conditions in which it can begin growing by itself. Once you see that fresh new leaf appear and the growing point starts moving with confidence, then the first week is behind you. That is when the next stage begins, and that stage has its own mistakes that can quietly reduce the harvest later. So for now, do less, watch more, and let the roots finish the work they started underground. Sometimes the best thing you can give a young cucumber is not another product, another bucket, or another treatment, but simply enough time to become established.